this is all fun and games again with install of headlights and better wiring harness for the headlights. A lot of people just do a relay mod. I was gonna do that, but I'm not really great at wiring. I can't make it look this nice. I'm running that right there across. Had to find a good spot for these relays because the battery that came with the car is bigger than stock, so it kind of overhangs a little bit. But I'll get that situated. But pretty much what you do is you get the stock connector, plug this into it, and then these go to the headlights. Same thing on the other side. Then of course you find a ground. Then there is a power wire and a fuse. But I'm gonna try to document as much as I can with this install. I haven't really seen anybody do the actual wiring harness that you can buy. Got off Amazon. I'm gonna do the sunroof seal as well, or weather strip, but there's so many videos of that already, so I'll just won't record that. But yeah, let's get this started. All right, so one of the first things I did was make sure I know what prong is what, so I can, just in case if this wiring harness isn't right, I can make sure it will be wired up right. So not sure you can see here, but that bottom prong right there, that's hot when the high beams is on, and this top left one is hot when it's just the low beams. Let's see, cut off the high beams. High beams cut off. That should just be low beams. And that left prong is for my low beam. So right there should be the ground. Alright, so just to show what I did, here's the low beam. 3 wires. We found out that the bottom one is for the high beam. This is for low beam. That's ground. Here's a high beam connector, 2 wires. So what we had to do on this connector, we actually had to swap it out. It was all messed up. Make sure the ground is where it's at, and looked at the 2 connectors for the headlights. One, of course, the 3 wire one, it's gonna be for low beam. 2 wire ones for the high beam. So we see that the blue wire is the only wire that's, well, that and the black ground is for the high beam. So we put the blue wire where the high beam would be in the connector, and here's the low beam connector. You see how the ground is going to be where the low beam should be, and the blue is where the ground should be, and the white is where the high beam needs to be. So you can pop this back out and then just adjust what you need to. You're gonna do that for the other side too, of course. That's for the wiring part. Gotta find a really good place to fit all this wire back there though. Not really happy how cramped of a space that is, but we'll see. So did a little test light, making sure my wires are right. It's really bright by the way. Got the power. That's probably the ground. End up using the radiator brackets. Just feed the grounds through that space right there. Oh, it's getting cold out here. But I ran into an issue. Well, that's how I ended up doing it. I'm not sure if you're getting the same kit, but if you do, that's how I did the wires. Get the heat off that now. The brights, they are always on now. That's probably not good. As you can see, that's me pulling for the brights, and it's not changing whatsoever. But see, the regular headlight switch works, of course. So, pretty much always bright. Did not anticipate that, so I'm not really sure. The person who recommended this kit actually said something about you having brights on at all times anyway, or the low beams being all 4 headlights. So I guess I'll decide what to do with that, but that's pretty much the job though. What I'll end up doing is, see where those are bent. Bent those so they fit right there in that little tight spot. I'm gonna eventually get the right size battery, and then the wires for the other headlights, I'll just run it under these radiator brackets here and feed it the same way, and then use that as the ground again. But those are really bright though. I had some issues taking the wires out of this connector. It's like a chalky type, so just be careful, don't break that. I'm trying to decide if I should post a picture of the final, I guess, outcome, or just post a video of me install and just telling you how I did it. But yeah, that's the new wiring harness, and I'm gonna try to figure something out for the high beam. So thanks for watching. Just in case you guys are curious on how to pop out those wires, use a small flathead screwdriver. On the male part, you check right here in that tab right there, you just push that in, it slides right out. On this one, I wasn't really too sure about it first, but you just pop that in the back, and up front, make sure you have the wire pushed forward as much as you can. And once again, in that small space, stick your screwdriver in there, pop it down, and out it comes. So I guess I'm just going to do a 2-part video. This will be part 1, because I guess the battery's undone. But the high beam connector, or the high beam wire, is getting just constant power, and I think what it was, I didn't swap the wires on the relays around, unfortunately, so it might have messed up the switch. I'll double check, take apart the switch, see what I can figure out. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why the high beams are constantly on too with the low beams. So this will be part 1 of the video. Part 2 I'll post, hopefully, let's see, not, of course not this weekend, because I only get to work on the weekends, but next weekend we'll see. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.